Hey guys, I'm on the way back for my walk here, right? And I want to show you this, and then I'll do a quick little chat. But in here, because look at this guy. Can you see him yet? I'll whisper so I don't scare him. That is a pretty big tortoise. Now, do you know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Well, a turtle's in the water, a tortoise is on land. I didn't know that. And I figured it out living down here. Oh, I scared them back in the hole. So there's a whole bunch of these guys that live down here. All right, so as we walk here, I want to talk about pop music, I can't do that because I'll get a strike singing this song. That's how my mind works. Anyway, about slow traveling the world. Have you guys thought about it? And I mentioned this before, once our daughter goes off to university, we plan on slow traveling the world. That's why one of the big things for me to get back in shape and to change and become more healthy. So what we plan on doing, slow traveling, is basically you're kind of still a tourist, but you're not, because you're living with the locals. You're shopping. You're not like doing all the touristy things of running around, and you're not going in the tourist seasons to a country. You're hopefully in the what they call the shoulder seasons, where it's a little bit cheaper to live, and you're going for anywhere from a month to 3 months at a time, depending on visa allowances and things like that. And then, so you go to the country, you get, like, a lot of people still use Airbnb, even though they have all these fees. VRBO and Booking.com, they have some lower fees and stuff. It's a little bit cheaper, and you can usually find the same place across all of the platforms. So you book the place. A lot of times the recommendation is to go on there, get a place for a week or maybe 2 weeks at most, and get your feet on the ground, boots on the ground, to find a place cheaper to stay for the month. Or if you're staying for 90 days. I'm not sure if it really makes sense to do it for the month. But it's boots on the ground, and then you can find a better place. So you can do that, and you go there, you can walk around. You're not doing like all the tours. You can go to the museums, the art galleries, and you can see the big tourist attractions, but you're seeing them when there's no big crowds and things like that, and you're not eating at all the tourist traps, restaurants that are just designed to overcharge tourists, things like that. You're eating at mom and pop places or regular places where the locals go. So you're spending just a little bit above what the locals spend, because in order to spend what the locals spend, you have to really live like them, and most of us in the Western world are not willing to do that. We're not comfortable at that level. Although, like, I've lived in the Philippines, I've lived in Mexico, and in Europe, so it's all the same. But I can understand, as you get older, you want more comfort. So you live a little bit more, but it's so much easier to live a better life doing slow traveling. You don't have to worry about having a nomad visa or trying to get residency and then getting double taxed in one country, because if you're an American, no matter where you live, you still got to pay taxes. But the good thing is, if you're out of the country, I believe, don't quote me on this because I'm not a tax expert or anything, but if you're out of the country for over 6 months, then I think it's 120,000. It used to be 91,000, but I think it's gone up to 120,000 of income earned outside of the United States. Then you're tax-free. But if you get your pension, like Social Security, or like I do, I get my VA money, that's not taxed. And Your social, unless gets taxed, unless you start making more money, then they do like a dollar for dollar thing. I'm not familiar with that because I'm not going to be able to qualify for Social Security because of the amount of time I was out of work and everything. That's a different thing. But I have my VA pension and stuff, and my wife has her money that she earns. So we all purl that together, and we're doing okay. We're not stressing about that. We could stay and live here in the States, but we love traveling. So we want to slow travel. And then, so like in Southeast Asia, it's very easy to live well for $1,200 to $2,000 a month for a couple. Now, you can easily spend double that anywhere you go. If you want nicer or more expensive accommodations, if you eat out at fancier restaurants and things. So yes, but if you're just like normal, if you treat it like your normal everyday living, oh, it's so easy. And there's plenty of YouTube channels on how to do this. Now, there's a lot of people on slow travel circuit. They do their circuits. They go and it makes more physical sense to, oh, the donkeys are out. See them? If you can see them back there, the white one. Yeah, and then the other one moving now. That's so cool. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Let me see if I can zoom in on them. Oh, I can see more now in the shade, but let me see. See them? There they are. This one over there. And these two, or a couple of them. Then this one moving over here. There he is. Or she. Alright, how cool is that? Alright, back to walking. So you can slow travel, stay in these places like Albania for 12 months. Slow travel there. And then you can get a place, a furnished apartment, easily for $300 a month. So it's, it's a shame to say that as a lot of us get older, our limited incomes and just our pensions and stuff, while it may not be enough to live a good life, and that means, everybody's definition of a good life is different. What I mean is that your bills are paid, you can save some money in the bank, you can go out, 2 to 3 times a week, have a good meal with your spouse, and enjoy things. You don't have to worry about paying bills like if you still have a car payment, or if you have your insurance and gas, going to the grocery store and having to buy, all the junk food instead of the good, clean food. You should be able to live well. But unfortunately, the States is getting too expensive to do this. And you can see it always in the cities first, and then it trickles down into the towns. Like in the town I live in, when we first moved back from Texas, we had a place for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment for $1,200 a month. Now, we left Texas. We were in South Texas, and we were paying $850 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. So it's always different. So this was always a little expensive. Now, we moved out of that apartment right when I had my accident into a house, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, like an older house from the 1920s. And that went up from $1,200 to $1,400. I thought that was expensive. And then when the owner wanted to raise the rent, and then she didn't renew the lease, because everybody after vid was the skyrocketing their rental things, and so she knew she could get more money for it, so she didn't renew our lease. And I understand that, it's business. we found another house where we are now, and we're paying $2,200, but we're right on the lake. So you can see how it's jumping up. But this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath place, and we're right on the lake. So it's a good buy for where it is at, but I think it's still expensive. So we're, you know, it's a shame with the inflation and just corporate greed. And I understand they can make a profit and stuff, but they're just upping the prices. So we want to get back into slow travel. So do you see yourself being able to slow travel? Let me know. Put it in the comments. And where are the first top 10 countries you would like to visit? Now, to save money, most people do like regional trips where they go through all southern Europe and then Turkey, and then they go from there. They fly back and do South America. Then they're from there they go to Southeast Asia, all these local places. All right, let me know where you guys would want to go. Have a blessed day.